everyone online and also here in person at the center. Welcome. So happy to have all of you here. Give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me well? I'd love to see you on camera as well, online. I can see we have Lorraine, Atika, Anita, Nalini. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Daksha, Cheshri, Amy, Arti is here as well, and many others. Happy to see you here today. So today is a bit of a special session because the autumn equinox is coming up. So that's going to happen, I think it's next week, Monday. It's happening on Monday. So the energy right now is like building up to that. And this marks like a significant change in the seasons. So Shainey is here with us today. So for those of you who don't know Shainey yet, she has been starting on her soul journey at a very young age of 14. And when she was 16, she also studied Buddhism, Buddhist philosophy. And even by 18 already, she would learn from Master Sha's teachings, particularly the Tao teachings. And even in her studies at university, she would, in her dissertation, she would write about how to apply the ancient teachings of the Tao Te Ching, which is actually it's actually the most published book in the world, isn't it? Or right up there with the Bible, both of them. So she would study how to apply this wisdom and philosophy of the Tao Te Ching to solve global conflicts. She also holds a master's in anthropology, amongst other things. And Shainey is truly very passionate about matters of the soul and more. But today's topic is the autumn equinox. So we're going to make a little celebration maybe as well, okay? And if you can, I'd love to see all of you on camera so that we can interact with each other. And if you have any questions throughout the session, you can feel free to put them into the chat online or in person. You just have to ask us here, I guess. And yeah, so happy to have all of you here. Now let's welcome Shainey. Do you want to come on stage? So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going off here.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming here in person. And thank you, everyone who's joined online. Very, very happy to see you and very happy to see a few of you have already turned on your cameras. But if you can, please turn on your cameras so we can share in this beautiful field together. So today, yes, it's a very special session. The topic is going to be the autumn equinox. And I'm going to just take a seat now. And we're going to just chat a little bit about that for now. So how many of you have heard of the autumn equinox or have celebrated it or had something? No? Is it new? Really? Oh, very nice. Okay. Amazing. So then I will start with this way. There are within the year, there are several points of time which actually flow with the yin and the yang. So we know yin and yang in traditional Taoist philosophy, and mainly also in the I Ching. I Ching is called the Book of Changes, but it's also connected to the ancient Chinese philosophical canon. So universal principles and laws encompass the law of yin and yang. So maybe you've heard of yin and yang before, right? You've seen that circle with like the black and the white and the white and the black, right? So yin and yang is actually a universal principle and law. And what that means is that this law applies to everyone and everything in the countless planets, stars, galaxies, and universes. So that means that when you want to see how something works or functions, you can actually see how the yin and yang apply to it. So we can see that in the way we experience life, you have night and day. That's a yin and yang. You have cold and hot, yin and yang. And many, many different things can have yin and yang. Like your outfit today is black and white, yin and yang. It's a yin and yang in many different things. I have a lighter pink and a darker pink. This is my yin and yang today. Last week I had lighter blue and darker blue. That was my yin and yang last week. So I'm even yin and yang from my pink and my blue. I'm like a yin and yang pair from last week. But this is just an example of how yin and yang applies in life. And we can actually use fundamental principles and laws to understand the way that we exist in the world. And one way we do that is we see how yin and yang works across a calendar year, right? So if you think about, we have 4 seasons. You have 2 seasons and 2 seasons. You have like the seasons that bring, like spring brings in new life, new change, right? And autumn does the opposite. It kind of like brings things to a close. So it's like a yin and yang pair of the year, the season. And in the same way that summer is like the full breadth of life, and you do many things, you're active, so many different things happen in summer, right? You're the most yang. But the exact opposite during winter, then you're the most yin. Then you go a little bit more in, a bit more reflective. Unless it's Christmas, then you're doing the opposite. But essentially, you get what I'm saying, right? There's a yin and yang to the seasons of the year. And so what marks the changes of the seasons are the solstices and the equinoxes. So every time there is a shift of season, then you'd either have a solstice or an equinox. Now, I'm going to write this down for you because I think you're following me, but maybe it's just a little bit easier to follow when there's on a blackboard. This is not black. This is white. Thank you. This is whiteboard. This is a high whiteboard. I need my heels. I don't wear them today. It's okay. I will tiptoe. I'll exercise my calves for you, okay? Okay. So we know we have, we'll just say this is a year, right? And if you would say this would be spring, and this would be summer, this would be autumn, and this would be winter. Like this, right? And each point that these go from their change, so this would be the point of change. These points are the change, right? These are the points of the season, this is the points of change. So between spring and summer, you have I think it's, we're autumn now, we're going into winter, so this will be the equinox here. No, it's equinox here. Okay, give me a second. I know when it is. It was just like from my own diagram, I confused myself, but I know what I'm doing, okay? Okay, and this is the solstice. I'm pretty sure that is a spelling. Equinox here. And this is the solstice. So here, this would be the autumn equinox. This would be the winter solstice. And this would be the spring. No, that's not right. Yeah. And summer solstice. Yes, it is. It is right. Okay, amazing. Yes. So, like I said, these are the 4 points of change. The 4 points of change, right? Now, an equinox is when the days of light and the hours that are light and the hours that are in dark are the same. So that means there are 24 hours in a day, and 12 hours is in light, and 12 hours is in dark. And this then moves, is also be for spring, right? It would also be hours of light and hours of dark. Now, what happens is that they mark a change point in between these times. And these times, the solstices, they are the yin and yang times. So when you are going, we'll start with the winter solstice here. The winter solstice is the beginning of the time where you move to the more yin part of the year. It's the more yin part of the year. So it would be when things are, like already, things are beginning to, like they, how can you say? No, it's the other way around. It's the yang part of the year. This is yin. This is when things begin to die, or begin to, begin to close off. And these are the things when they begin to spring into life. Put it that way. Because I haven't drawn this before. That's the thing. Like, you may be thinking, like, Shainey, do you not know what you're talking about? You're sitting here, you're meant to be speaking about the autumn equinox. You not know what you're talking about. So I haven't drawn it this way before because I've always just explained it. So I haven't needed to use it in a diagram because I just thought, yeah, okay, fantastic, that's how it works. But no, basically, these are points where they're equal, and this is the point where it becomes more yin, and this becomes more yang. And you can see that in the changing of the season, because there becomes a time when it's the peak of winter, and then things would have to move into beginning to grow again. So that's what happens when winter moves into spring. All the things that go from buds, they go back to life, and then you have the mark of summer, and then everyone celebrates summer, and then there's like a midpoint in summer, and then everything goes back into being more and more going inside, and the leaves begin to turn golden brown, etc. So those are the points that happen within a calendar year. And throughout time, there's been celebrations of these periods because they mark significant changes that affect all of our lives. So if you think about the autumn equinox, this is actually coinciding with the time of harvest. So you'd see that, they would bring about, in the fields, they would begin to pick the different fruits and, have harvest festivals. So you see around this time, around the world, there's many different harvest festivals because that is this time. Unless you're in the southern hemisphere, then it's literally the opposite way because they're moving into spring, in Australia, etc. But we in the northern hemisphere, we're moving into autumn. So this is basically the significance of it. This is a time for harvest. It's a time where we're in the midpoint of the most yin part of the year. We're moving into autumn, and we are cultivating the nature of what harvest means in our life. What are we harvesting? How are we harvesting, or using that energy to bring together what has happened in the year so we can move to a time of more reflection? And to do this harvest, I'm going to sit down again. So to do this harvest is actually a way of understanding that if nature is harvesting, we are part of nature, part of Mother Earth. So we may have had many things that we did in summer, many different goals, many different, expressions that we had. But if we don't take the time to really reflect, offer gratitude, and observe the things that have come into harvest over the year, then, it's like we're not able to appreciate the bounty of what we've been given. Because at least, one day of the year we've had sunshine, right? I know we live in London, I know we live in the UK, and the sunshine can be sparse sometimes, but in summer, I'm pretty sure I counted more than 2 days of sun, right? But we can have gratitude for things like that, for the sun. So this is a time, and we come to the point of both 12 hours in a day and 12 hours at night. We begin to look at the harvest of everything that we've had and how we can offer not only deep gratitude, but really make use and harvest what it is that we want for our lives as we move into more of a reflection period. And to do that, we begin to use spiritual practice, because spiritual practice helps us not only to cultivate the harvest, but also to begin to allow ourselves to move with the rhythm of the earth. It's me. The rhythm of the earth, because what we may not realize is that we live on earth. Okay. I think we got that. We live on Earth. Yeah, yes, correct. We don't live on Mars. This is Earth. I found out recently we live on Earth because since the time that I've been living on this planet, it's been called Earth. That was recent to me, since my birth. But knowing that, since we know that we live on Earth, we also know that to follow nature's way is to align with nature, but also to align with the source. And this is actually Tao wisdom, because in the Tao text, in ancient Tao text, there is a line, Tao Fat Zeran. Tao Fat Zeran means follow nature's way, or follow the way that is the most natural. And the way that it is expressed is actually the author of the Tao Te Ching was Lao Tzu, and Lao Tzu in the Tao Te Ching, he said 4 lines. He said, Ren fa di, di fa tian, tian fa Tao, and Tao fa Zeran, which I think I'll write again on the board. I'm getting lots of exercise here. Okay, where's my pen? You know what? Let's make it green. So Lao Tzu is the author of the Tao Te Ching. He said this. Wow, that's really far. Okay. Okay, so what does this mean? I know it's a whole bunch of Chinese words, but they actually do have a meaning that can be translated. So Ren Fa Di means human follows. Does anyone know what this word means? You have 3 seconds. 3, 2,
Universal.
Close. Earth. Human follows Earth. Okay. So anyone have a guess what this word means? Yay! Everyone learned something. Yes, Earth. Earth. Yes, correct. Where did you find that out? He said this is follows. I wonder where he got that. Oh yeah, Earth follows. No, this is heaven. And then heaven follows Tao. And Tao means the source of creation, the source of everyone, everything, the ultimate universal principles and laws, basically. Tao is the name that Lao Tzu gave to the source. And then Tao Fat Zeran means actually follow nature's way, or follow the way that is the most natural. And I know it says Tao here, but it's because of just the way the concept is very complex, it's easier just to say, follow nature's way, okay? Or follow the way of the Tao. Right. So what happens is if we want to align and if we want to make our rhythms more in alignment with the source, then we would follow this path. Human beings would follow the way the earth operates because we live on earth. And then the earth would follow the way that heaven operates because of the relationship earth has with heaven, which is not something I'll go into today, but it is significant because, what is the creator of earth? And then heaven would follow the Tao, and the Tao would follow, Tao, we follow nature's way. Because for a human being to already follow the source, see how far away it is? That's 4 lines away, right? No, it's quite far away because the Tao is so infinite, it's so big, the source is so big. If I say to you, can you tell me and explain to me the intricate workings of the planet that is 5 galaxies away? You'd give me exactly your face. It's like, no, you cannot do that. But we can understand a little bit how the earth works because we live on earth. we see the seasons. So we kind of are like, okay, cool. I know that we're going to be going into autumn. Let me see a little bit what autumn has and how does that affect my life. So it is one way to begin to try to align our life more with the natural principles, the universal principles and laws, when we align it with the thing that is closest to us in this path that is already going back to Tao, that back to the source. So when we, as humans, understand how the earth functions and we begin to align with this, then actually we're creating more harmony with ourselves and our life. Because when we don't follow the way of the earth, then we create out of ignorance. We create things that are destructive for our planet, literally. I studied global challenges for my undergrad degree, and I can tell you there are loads of global challenges in the world, and that study would have never ended. But because there are so many problems. However, what I've learned from the Tao wisdom is there's always solutions. And these solutions can be found sometimes in the most simplest things. And one of the things is we as human beings have forgot how to follow and have our connection with the earth. We don't know what it means to follow that in the way that maybe our ancestors did. And so when we begin to connect and deepen our connection with the earth, then we begin to feel more harmonized in ourselves because we're already beginning to flow back into the harmony that is the universal rhythms. So when we begin to understand practically how this works, we begin to change and shift things in our lives. This is why it's so important for humans to follow Earth. So when we begin to learn about that, we see the way that the earth is functioning. Okay, the earth is going for spring, summer, autumn, winter. Then we see now the time of the autumn equinox. It is a time for harvest. It is a time of equal hour and day. It is a time of more equal yin and yang. Then we can begin to understand how can we use this energy for harvest in our lives. And sometimes when you try to think, okay, how do I harvest things in my life? You can't exactly go to each of your plants or each of your furniture items and think, I'm going to harvest my cushions today. It doesn't really work like that. In your house, you can't harvest cushions, the last time I checked. But you can harvest how you feel and the things that you have done. So I'm going to give you an example of how you can use this wisdom to bring more harvest energy into your life. And one way we can do that is actually literally connected to the words of Tao Harvest. Tao Harvest. There's actually one line in the, can you pass me the Tao 1 book? There is a line in one of the books of Master Sha which speaks about harvest. And it is not necessarily just to do with, the harvest of, thank you so much, the harvest of the plants or the harvest of the earth. But this is a Tao harvest. It's the harvest of the universe, of the source. So we're going to use this very special mantra in order to bring the energy of aligned harvest into our field, into our lives. How does that sound to you?
Good.
Fantastic. I thought, you can use anything. I could use any different type of harvest. Let me just use the Tao harvest. Sounds like a great idea, right? Okay. So Tao harvest is actually one of the last few lines of in the Tao 1 book. This is the Tao 1 book. It is the first book Master Sha has written about the Tao wisdom. And it is, so there are 87 lines of the Tao Te Ching. And this is the 84th line because it's third from last. You saw my calculation right in front of my eyes. It's if I have to do maths, then I ask my brother or my father because they know maths better than I do. Even Johannes. Johannes is great at math. I have to still try to figure out what's 7 minus 3. Okay. That confused me. I don't know why that confused me. I'm still trying to, okay. Thank you so much. So, yes, here. It is this page, 375. page 375, and it speaks about Dao harvest, which is actually here, Dao Guo Chang. So we're going to use this line in order to be able to do a practice for bringing the energy of harvest into our lives. I'm going to just give me one moment. For some reason, my phone is never active. Today it's decided to go on Mega Drive. It's harvesting. Okay, forgive me. So yes, we're going to chant, we're going to sing, we're going to practice with the energy of Dao harvest. So to do that, we're going to, you know what, let me write the line for you so you know what the mantra is. We'll probably mainly chant it in English. I think it's C-H, yeah, E-N-G, Dao Guo Chang, or Dao harvest. Right, okay. Dao Guo Chang, or Dao harvest. That's Guo Chang. I know it's a C, you would think Cheng, but it's not, because in Mandarin, E is a U. It sounds like a U, which is not confusing at all. So just think of it like Chang, C-U-N-G, okay? So we're going to chant Dao Guo Chang. So let's get into the condition. We'll put both our feet flat on the floor, our backs away from the back of the chair, and you can close our eyes and fully relax. And bring your mind, your attention into your lower abdomen area. And put both your palms on your lower abdomen, or if you wish, one palm on your lower abdomen and one on your heart, the center of your chest. Whatever you feel is most comfortable for you. And I'm going to speak the invocation straight out of the book, with maybe a little variation to apply for us, okay? We're going to start with speaking to our own self first. So we say, Dear myself, my Shen Qin Jing, dear my soul, heart, mind, and body, dear my soul, dear my higher self, I love you, I honor you, and I deeply appreciate you. You have the power to balance your yin and yang. You have the power to receive the field, the frequency and vibration of Tao harvest. You have the power to transform negative information to positive information. Do a good job. Thank you. And dear the Tao Source, dear Dao Guo Chang, I love you, honor you, and appreciate you. You have the power to bring me to honor and enjoy the Tao fruits and receive Tao harvest. I'm extremely honored. Thank you very much. And visualize, continue to visualize this golden light in your lower abdomen. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Last time, breathe in and breathe out. And we're going to begin singing Dao Guo Chang. I'm going to say it a few times so you know the rhythm, and then you can follow whenever you wish to. Let's begin. Dao Guo Chang, 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 Dao Guo Chang. Now Dao harvest. Dao harvest, 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 Dao Guo Chang, 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 Dao harvest, Dao harvest, Dao harvest, Dao harvest, Dao harvest, Dao Guo Chang, 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 Dao harvest, Dao harvest, Dao harvest, Dao harvest, Dao harvest, Dao Guo Chang, Dao Guo Chang, Dao Guo Chang, Dao Guo Chang, Dao down, harvest, down, harvest, down, harvest, down, harvest, down go chang, 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 down harvest, down harvest, down harvest, down harvest, down harvest, down go chang, 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 down harvest, down harvest, down harvest, down harvest, down harvest. We're gonna make the celebration, everyone. I already have my tambourine out, so we're gonna sing, we're gonna dance. If you wanna stand up, we can dance a little bit. We're gonna celebrate the harvest. Sound good to you? Yeah? You can shake it. We do a little soul dance. Okay? I have my tambourine here. We have special guests in the room with us. So let us celebrate the Tao harvest. We'll just move around a little bit. So you can come if you want. You can stay where you are. Whichever one you can feel like doing. But we'll special guests. So yes, you can bang on the table. You make some drums. Okay? Let's party. Tao harvest. Tao harvest. Tao harvest. Tao. Let's go in a circle. Let's go in a circle. Tao harvest. Tao harvest. Tao harvest. Tao harvest. Tao Okay. Woo. That was a pump and a half. I hope you enjoy the celebration. Now we're going to go into a meditation. Okay. Whew. Did you enjoy that, everyone? I hope you were dancing also at home like we were in the center. But yeah, harvest is about celebration. It's not just coming to an end, but it's also celebrating what is here, celebrating life, celebrating everything. So let us go into more of a meditation. I know we are jumping all over up and down, but let's go back. Let's close our eyes. Let's put our mind in our lower abdomen. Fully relax. And bring all of that energy into your lower abdomen to ground you, stabilize you. And in your lower abdomen, visualize beautiful golden light. Bring your mind, your attention in. Bring it inwards. And allow this golden light to shine very bright. And in this light, suddenly, there appears a tree. A beautiful, big tree, brimming with leaves. And this tree is filled with the most delectable, delicious apples, red apples. And this golden light is shining in between the branches of this beautiful big tree. And what is this? What is underneath the tree? There is a golden being sitting underneath the tree. And you're wondering, who? Who is this golden being? And to the right of the being, a deer begins to slowly walk towards the golden being. And the deer stops. The deer stops and he brings his attention towards the golden being. And then the deer looks at you. And the deer says, "This is your soul." This is your soul enjoying harvest. This is your soul remembering all of the lessons, all of the challenges you've overcome, the difficulties, but also the successes, the happy moments you cherish. This is your soul enjoying the fruits of the harvest. And the golden being begins to radiate more light. And this is the light of gratitude. Your soul is radiating deep gratitude for everything you have received, for everything you have overcome, and what you have learned. Feel the gratitude deep in your heart and soul. Feel the gratitude that your soul is radiating. Feel the light. And what is this? This seems to be a very special saint that is coming towards you, actually flying in towards your soul. And the saint lands, looks at your soul and says, "Dear one, I am the saint of Tao harvest. I am here to offer you my love, my light. I have seen in your heart what you are going through. I have seen your challenges. And yet, through all of this, you have shown strength. You have shown courage. You have shown resilience. And even more, you have shown that you will not let these challenges dim your light. You are stronger than you know. Realize this truth. Realize deeper your light. And the saint of Tao harvest begins to radiate its light. Feel the light. Feel the light. Feel the light. Absorb the light. Integrate the light for the last few moments. And the saint for Tao Harvest leaves you with one final message. Do not forget to appreciate the time of harvest and the season of harvest for your life. Appreciate this time, for it will allow you to appreciate all that you have been through and appreciate all that is yet to come. How? And the Tao Saint says his final farewell. And the deer looks at you one last time, and you bow your head towards each other, and he begins to also walk away. And your soul feels more gratitude and smiles at you. And says thank you. And then the big tree and your soul begin to dissolve, disappear in golden light. And there is golden light once again in your lower abdomen, Take a moment or two to feel the golden light, to feel in your body. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. Last time, breathe in. Breathe out. Integrate the light within your being. And we can put our hands together and we say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to our soul, our whole soul, heart, mind and body, our Shen Tu Jing. Thank you to our higher self. Thank you to the Tao Source. Thank you to the saints, animals. Thank you to Tao Harvest, Tao Guo Chang, and all who supported us in the field today as part of this practice. We are so very, very grateful. We say thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. Gong song, gong song, gong song. Gong song means respectfully return or perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, how? You can open your eyes when you feel ready. Welcome back, everyone. Whew. Give you a moment or two to welcome me back to this part of Mother Earth. Thank you. So how is everyone feeling? How are you feeling? What is your experience? You can share online, you can raise your hand, you can write in the chat, or in person if you wish to share, we can give you a mic. What was your experience? Okay, I think Harvinder will share.
Hello?
Is it on?
Hello? Can you hear me? Hi. Thank you for that, Shainey. That was amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
So when we started the invitation, I just started crying myself. I was so happy. And when I cooked my soul, I haven't done that for a while. I have done that, so I do that myself. But it was really deep, and just the tears kept flowing. And it's like, I'm so happy to be in this space. And then as the practice continued, the energy started moving. And then I feel like, because I had high pressure again recently, and there's a lot of pressure up here. And then as I did the calm meditation, that's also started, I could feel that, I feel like I'm awake again. So I almost felt like I was going to sleep anyway, but so thank you very much.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Very happy for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you everybody for being here and everybody online as well. So in the negative, I so relate to aligning with the harvest and everything that you were saying, and this happens, and I'm so blessed because everything that you were saying, I was like, I knew what you were going to say next. So it was amazing. I'm really, really grateful. This couldn't have come at a better time, and I'm so aligned with the harvest and what I think what I've been through, what maybe the rest of you have been through as well. So perfect. Thank you so much for that explanation as well. That was can remember it. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. And a few I think have also shared on the chat. Can you scroll up a little bit, please, Jay? Maureen says, beautiful soul song. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you for joining us all the way from the USA. I think, is it all BC? Forgive me. Blessed says, thank you so much for this beautiful session. Blessed also says, the most powerful. I feel unblocked and activate. We appreciate your service, dear Shainey. Thank you, Blessed. Daksha says, thank you, Shainey, for a lovely session. Thank you. Neelam says, beautiful, very grateful for such a beautiful session. Thank you so much, Shainey. Thank you. Thank you. Jean says, thank you for your soul song. I felt like I was taken into a field of dreams, peaceful and nourished. Grateful. Thank you, Jean. Anita says, thank you, Shainey, and thank you all at the London Tao Centre. Thank you. Nalini says, thank you, Shainey, for everything. Thank you. Nalini, sorry. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. So yes, this session was about the Tao harvest, because like I said, like we found out for this session, it is going to be, the Tao, no, it's going to be I'm also coming back myself, the autumn equinox. It's going to be the autumn equinox on Monday the 22nd. And not only this, actually, I also forgot to mention, it is a partial eclipse. I think it's a partial lunar eclipse or solar eclipse. So it is a great time of harvest. And during this time, it is not only a time for the physical harvest, but it is also a time for a Tao harvest, your Tao harvest, because we also have the Tao retreat that David Lush is coming all the way from Toronto, Canada to London to host and to co-host actually with Mayur Shah. If you are a Tao Hands practitioner, then you can join us. The session is going to be, an intro session actually, is going to be tomorrow at 7 p.m. where you can learn all about what is coming up. We are very excited for the Tao retreat. I have been to many Tao retreats in my time here, and every single time is a completely different experience. You never go the same, you never return the same, you are a different person, really. It's very powerful. And also on Friday the 19th, there is a complimentary session for the 10 Da Light Wall, also 7 p.m., where you can learn all about a very powerful field that is the 10 Da Light Wall. You can receive blessings from the 10 Da Light Wall and see how it can change the things that are coming up for you in your life. So these are two events that are coming up in the next few days, and the Tao retreat is actually going to be on the 26th to the 28th, and we have very, very exciting things that are going to be offered at the retreat. If you are a Tao Hands practitioner, you may have already seen some of the emails that have come out. The demo is going to be given tomorrow, so you may want to receive that. If not, you can receive it in the Tao retreat. It's going to be an incredible, incredible time. So yes, thank you so much everyone for being here. Thank you for joining us in our weekly session. Every week something new, but always something that can help you and grow you on your journey. So I look forward to seeing you very soon. Is there any more announcement, Johannes? No? I said everything. Oh, I said everything. Johannes didn't even say anything at all. I took his job for him. Okay, wow. Okay, all of the announcements are made. I will then see you very soon, everyone. Love you. Bye.